Good afternoon, good morning. Is it still morning? Yeah, it's still morning. Good morning. I'm on the train heading back to Cusco. We've got to a stop called Ollantaytambo and everybody's just got off. The train was packed for a lot of school trips as well. But they've all got off at Ollantaytambo and I'm the only guy left on the train, but certainly in this carriage. So I get off at the next station. That there. It's all quiet. Just going to lock up the carriage there. You can hear me. The train's not empty. It's just this carriage that's empty. I was surprised that everybody got off at Ollantaytambo. Everyone is going back to Cusco. I'm going to get off the train at the next stop and transfer to a bus. So it's not this. I don't think this train goes all the way to Cusco anyway. So anyway, speaks. This is the view from the train just now. It's been like this all the way from Machu or Aguas, Calientes. It's really spectacular with the river down there as well. We essentially follow the river because the train's built through the... It's just stopped for a wee toilet stop. This is Huaipo Lake. Not that... It doesn't feel like that. We've come that far since we got on the bus. The trip through Urubamba and then up a hill was pretty spectacular. All the countryside's been there. The Sacred Valley's beautiful, and even we've come out the Sacred Valley and we're a bit higher up. Even this has been beautiful all the way up here as well. It's a really beautiful, it's a really nice part of Peru. Good morning, it's Sunday, mid-morning. That's me obviously back at the campsite. Didn't do much yesterday, got back. Well, whatever I did yesterday's been recorded. I had the football last night, went and watched the Scotland game, so that ended well. That's as much as I've had to drink the whole time I've been here. I had about 4 beers, but at altitude you feel it. So, I had a bit of a sore head this morning, but that's clearing now after a couple of painkillers. So I need some laundry done. I'm going to go take my laundry down the hill. Take my laundry down the hill. They do it here, but not on a Sunday, and today's Sunday, so I'll get the laundry done. I'll go in town and have a wee look around. I think because it's June, there's festivals on every day, and with this being Sunday, I imagine there might be a lot going on in the square today. So yeah, so I'm a bit ready to go. So I'll get that and we'll speak to you soon.
La presencia del círculo del adulto mayor Altiver y San Jerónimo, nuestros responsables que el día de hoy están presentes.
bands now. I don't know if you can hear it, but something in the drums and all the movement is setting off all the car alarms. See if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear me above all this. Hopefully you can, speaking to the mic on the top of the camera. I don't know if you can hear me, but this is chaos. It's brilliant. It's just amazing. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Morning. I'm just finishing packing up the van. I've noticed if I'm at altitude, I'm having to clear my throat a lot more. I've noticed that in previous videos, so I'm sorry about that. But it's the altitude that's doing it. I figured out. But anyway, yeah, I'm packing up the van. Just wait to leave Cusco. I had two options because that's me essentially to start my journey up to Lima for my flight at the end of the month. But I've got loads of time. I just don't have the appetite for driving through Cusco to get out of here. I'm on the right side, but even then some of the streets just give me the fear. But I was also looking at going back in the Sacred Valley. So I think I'll just stick to that plan. If the drive up to Pisac, because we're just on the edge of Cusco for driving up to a village called Pisac, so I'm essentially in the country as soon as I leave here, which is far better for the nerves. And then I'll drive along the Sacred Valley. I may stay at Ollantaytambo today. That's only just over a couple of hours away. See what that's like, see what the campsite's like. I'd probably have time to move on again if I wanted to, but Ollantaytambo's quite touristy. Now, that's good for all the facilities, but I've been in touristy places for over a week now, and yeah, they're all the same. They're all full of nice restaurants, but the vendors outside trying to get you in. Is it we call them? And yeah, just all the usual touristy stuff. And the way they treat you as a tourist is different to if you're just in a random town. Folk are different, so I'm not too keen on the touristy stuff anymore. But we'll see. I'll go to Ollantaytambo, and I'll probably pick up the camera as the journey's going on. These are all stored by the looks of things, either at Machu Picchu or some folk have gone home, because I think there's a bit of that. There's my van. There's one of those huge homes on wheels. Needless to say, it's German. They are mostly German. Although there's that British one down there. See the dark blue one? I took a picture of that when I got here. That's British. I mean, it's unusual enough seeing a British registered vehicle without seeing a rig that size, so he's hardcore. But apparently they're away to Machu Picchu. The couple in the wee Sprinter, the white Sprinter on the right, that's Ian, and I can't remember what his wife's name is. She's Hungarian German. His name's Ian. He's actually from Aberdeen originally, but he grew up in Bath. He's got an English accent. So they've got flags on the back of their van for them. Scotland flag for Ian, which is really good, and a Hungarian Germany flag for his wife. So yeah, so it was quite good here. Very safe, obviously. The Wi-Fi was spot on. I don't usually bother too much, but the Wi-Fi in Aguas Calientes was dreadful. But the Wi-Fi here for a campsite was actually really nice. So yeah, I think I've waffled on enough today. We'll get on the road and speak to you. We're getting further into the Sacred Valley now. We've come to the other side of Urubamba. I've heard of Urubamba before. I was expecting more, although I only saw the main road through it. I think the streets leading off it are a wee bit like Cusco. But this side of Urubamba, we're getting back into Sacred Valley, I remember, from the train trip. It's getting really quite nice now. But yeah, not too much we've not seen already, so I'll keep this fairly short. Whoops. At least that was studs, and there wasn't many of them. There was a road bump caught me by surprise earlier on. I really had to put the brakes on. There's a sign for Ollantaytambo, so I know I'm on the right road. There's a nice view up the valley. We'll stop it there. Well, we've been on this road for a while now. It's actually a detour. They're doing work on that town back there. I'm not sure what town it was either. So I thought it might be Pashar, because I saw a sign for the Sky Lodge. The Sky Lodge is these pods that are basically bolted to the side of a cliff that you can stay in. You can abseil down. Very. I hope I got off this. The van's getting rattled all over the place. So yeah, this can't be easy to watch. Hello. I'll get out the sun. I've just arrived in Ollantaytambo. There was a road closure. Oh yeah, I didn't realise I was in Ollantaytambo because I'd switched my sat-nav off. I was expecting to pass through a place called Pashar, which is where I got off the train. So I didn't realise I was in Ollantaytambo until I checked. But I stopped. It was quite stressful because with the road being closed, it takes you all the way on that bumpy road and then back into the centre of town. And the centre of town being very small, it was a wee bit chaotic. But I got here. I'm glad I was where I was. I think I'll leave early tomorrow and try and beat the traffic and the tourists that are moving around up there. I'll go up and have a look anyway. But as you can see, I'm here. Ollantaytambo. The closest I got was on the train. But the Sacred Valley is beautiful. There's no doubt about it. Still still better coming this way than going through Cusco. So, good morning. I'll try that again. I've already tried to do this and press the wrong button. Not like me. It's very cloudy this morning. As you can see, I'm sure that'll lift. I'm making an early start because the road in was quite chaotic yesterday, so I want to get out before it gets too bad, because that village isn't built for traffic. Even now I think I'm pushing it, so I'll get on the road. It was a quiet enough night. This is just a parking lot, but as I said on our overlander, it's quite quiet. I thought I might have heard an early morning train, didn't even hear that. I had a couple of vehicles coming and going, but I've stayed at a lot worse than this. So yeah, well, I'm ready to go. We'll get on the road and I'll speak to you later. So, getting out of Ollantaytambo wasn't too bad. I just drove slow. Loads of folk were overtaking me, but that's up to them and their suspension on that type of road. But yeah, I'm well on the road now. But I've hit a village where there's another diversion, and Jesus, they don't really. There's no frills on their diversions. It's just any road that's available. There's no proper road surface or anything. So I've got to follow this road round. At least it was signposted. The guy stopped and said, "It's the second on your right. Just follow that right round." Jeez. Anyway, I think this should take me back on the road. Oh, yeah, there's a workman there. He or she will probably keep me on the right direction. Still on this detour. It's taken me the length of the village on all the dirty roads. Somebody's telling me to stop. Oh no, they're telling me to go. Hopefully I'll get back on tar soon. But yeah, Peru baby. Right, thankfully I'm past the diversion now. It's brought me out into this town called, I think it's Zorie or something. I'll maybe check. It's quaint enough. There's certainly very, very Peruvian with the folk going around. But at least I'm back on paved roads. So, right. Well, this road's interesting to say the least. I mean, it was the shortest route. Google put me on the shortest route, and I did have my kind of doubts about it. But I went through it on Google Street Level last night, and I could see that the road was tarred. So I've been a wee bit unlucky with that village being closed off and that huge detour. At least I'm back on tar now, but the farmers are driving their cattle down this road, so maybe I should have went with the main road after all. Here's another herd of cows. Let's see how this goes. I shall slow down and let them walk round me, because you don't want to hit one of them. I've got enough stuff going on with the van just now as it is without picking bits of cow out the front. Oh, there's a wee calf. Wow. Oh, there's more up ahead. Right out in the sticks here. Oh, they're going in my direction. Right, I might have to switch the camera off to negotiate my way around these. A wee calf running to catch up. Taking them, she's taking them over to the left, is she? I don't know. I really don't know what we're going to do here. Right, this Collectivo's no messing about. He obviously knows the script. I'm obviously paying too much respect. Right, shall I go? Oh. Yeah, I'm making it. I made it. Nobody seemed to bat an eyelid either. It's just like, this is what we do. You deal with it. Okay. Excitement over for a good while anyway, hopefully. A lot of roadworks on this road. I don't know if there's been a lot of landslides or what. It certainly was further back. But yeah, maybe it's road improvements going on here. Certainly been, like I say, there's certainly been a lot of roadworks, but oh yeah, there's been a landslide here. Sorry, I can't really. Don't know if you can see it. It's been a huge landslide. This is just clearing it clearing the worst of it now, I think. Or getting, yeah, anyway, don't know, but yeah, that was a big one. Aye, so it's later that day. I've had a driving day today. Didn't really plan on it, but because I left Ollantaytambo so early this morning, I got to what would have been the campsite about 10:30. It's far too early for a campsite. Plus, it didn't look that great anyway, so it's not a big miss. So I continued on over the mountains. Probably drove longer than definitely drove longer than I wanted to, but having said that, we're still here mid-afternoon because it starts early. So, but I drove for about 4 or 5 hours. That's more than I like doing. But I've got a campsite anyway. Campsite's all right. It's off season, so they're doing a bit of maintenance. Didn't really look at the swimming pool over there, but I think it's a bit manky. But it's a nice wee valley here. I'm quite glad. It's not a bad place to spend the night. So yeah, I don't even know where I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm going to need to do my planning. But they've got a wee shop. I don't know. I don't know what they've got for sale. I don't think there's any fresh stuff in it. But anyway, I'll turn that back round. Yeah, so yeah, I'll just be at my next stop and I'll get away in the morning. So I'll probably I'll speak to you in the morning. Good morning. Hopefully this will be brief. I don't want to waffle on because not much has happened. I got here yesterday. Had a good night's sleep actually. So I was really tired. I drove too long yesterday, but it was just the way the roads were. There was nothing really inspiring on the way down. As I said, the first campsite I'd identified was too near. And this one was maybe just a wee bit too far away. But then I didn't realise I was going to be climbing mountains and descending mountains all day, and then that I passed through a city called Abancay, and there's no bypasses here. You just go through the chaos of the city, and that does my head in. So I'm really not looking forward to Lima. But anyway, it was it's clearly closed. They're doing a lot of maintenance. I think I said that yesterday. But it's a wee bit sunnier today, so you'll see that it's in a lovely wee valley. This campsite. Might as well capture all this, so remember it, because it's not going to be a standout of my trip. This was just a convenient wee campsite, somewhere to rest my head for the night. So yeah, so that's my check-in for today. I'm going to head down. I've got an overnight stay in a plaza, so it's in a street park tonight. It's not in a campsite. There's no campsites for I think about 5 hours or something, 5 or 6 hours away from here. I should have a campsite the night after tonight. But anyway, here we go again. So yeah, that's you up to date for today. Now I'll speak to stop the van. You'll see it over there. There's just in time to see a parade coming up the street. This wasn't planned at all. A wee parade, nothing like we saw in Cusco, but it's just the dresses, isn't it, and the hats. Can't quite make out the banner at the front. I think there's it's Chalhuanca Festival or Opera Festival. Look at the dresses at the back. So nice. Stopped at a wee town called Chalhuanca. I don't know if I'm staying here tonight, but we'll see. It's already quite interesting anyway. Well, there was obviously a reason I didn't drive past this place. There's a festival on that I've stumbled across today and tomorrow. The dates are, as you can see, there's loads of stuff going on here right in front of the church. We're right at the top of the village, and you would never know this was going on other than that parade that I filmed earlier on. It was just a wee parade. I didn't expect anything like this going on. So yeah, well, let's have a wee look around. Look at this. Oh, they were in the parade earlier on. It's funny how stands can be similar at these things. There's somebody selling beer, somebody selling honey. I think that's cheese, like artisan, handmade stuff. And there's the bar, of course. All all very Peruvian, but all very similar as well. And the horse. There's the, I think that's a restaurant there. Yeah, you can get food. Amazing, eh? The woman was selling cheese there. I tried a wee bit, but it was too salty. I was going to get some actually. Nice to have a wee bit of cheese in the fridge, but oh, it was too salty. Parsnips, that's what we eat at Christmas. Yes, look at all the different types of potato. It's amazing. They're all different varieties of potato. Some we would never even recognise as potatoes as well. I think these are just cows, because that's a bull ring over there. I was hoping there wasn't going to be bullfighting, but I don't think there is. I think they're using it for other stuff, thankfully. Just showing off their... There's guinea pigs. That's a delicacy around here, so I don't know what fate awaits them. I can probably guess though. More live guinea pigs. These guys at the back seem to be making short work of theirs. The guy on the left, he's hardly started, but maybe he's just got a different technique, although he's actually looked like it was bouncing off the wood there. I find a lot of the Peruvian music, the traditional Peruvian music like that, it's very rhythmic and repetitive, but it's not very melodic really, is it? Without being too harsh. Well, that was interesting. I'm going to head back to the van. That's going to go on for hours yet. It's only on today and tomorrow, but it's June. I mean, that festival in Cusco is going on all month. I suppose it was inevitable I would arrive in a small town in June where they were on their festival, and that was it. Here's some youngsters, they've been practicing for hours, beating that same beat, that same rhythm, doing exactly the same thing. I'm guessing they're going to be performing later on. There might be another parade, I wouldn't be surprised. Good morning. It's still morning. A minute, that lens is minging.